What's going on, guys? It's Matt back with another video, and today, instead of being in my recording studio, I'm in my editing studio. This is where all the magic happens, by the way, both for the videos on my YouTube channel and my professional client work. The reason that we're in here today is that FlexiSpot sent me this beautiful E6 standing desk. When they asked me if I wanted to review their desk, they sent me the link on Amazon. I scrolled right over to the largest option because my main problem with my old desk is I was running out of desk space. I had to put my printer on top of my computer box thing here. It was getting cluttered, so I asked for the largest desk option, which is what this is. This is the bamboo top in the largest size that they offer, which is 78 inches wide and 30 inches deep, which is turning out to be plenty big, maybe even looking a little bit too big in my space. So a big reason I've been kind of standing here is that my cable management is not that great. This is not FlexiSpot's fault. In fact, they actually include cable management accessories, like 6 or 7 of these plastic clips with an adhesive on one side so you can clip in wires that way, and they also have this Velcro tape that you can cut to length and wrap it around to bind cords. Considering how many cables I have going on under here, that's actually not too bad, but the main problem is that the HDMI cord from my computer to my monitor is like just long enough to make this stretch here, and I cannot do it anymore. Luckily, I don't need the desk any higher than this. I'll get some clean shots of the desk with no cables there, so you can just see how it could look if you were more organized in your life than I am. The height range for this desk goes all the way down to 24.4 inches and goes all the way up to 50 inches, which is way higher than I need it to be. There's a control panel here. You can install it on either side of the desk. You just hit the button once to wake up the display and hit it one more time to go ahead and start the movement. So first of all, you just have the arrows to manually move it up and down to whatever height. And of course, you have the display in inches that tells you how tall the desk is at that moment. And then once you get it to a height that you're liking, so say if you're a little bit of a shorter person and 39.7 inches was a better height to you, you would hit the M button and then you would hit the standing symbol, and that would lock that as the new standing height. Now that you've set the standing height, you just push the standing guy icon and it'll take it to that height that you just set. The same thing works for the sitting height, and there's also a third and a fourth option. So if you have another user of the desk who's a different height than the main user, they could set 3 and 4 as their sitting and standing heights. The assembly was not too difficult. It was a couple pretty heavy boxes. It would have been easier with 2 people, but me doing it, I did it by myself, and I never built a standing desk like this before. It probably took me about 2 hours to put everything together. And like I said, this is the largest model that they have. I do a lot of work from my house. I'm a professional photographer and videographer, so I'm always editing my projects here. I have this printer if I need to print out contracts. It's all in one here on this nice big workspace. And not only that, but it's literally longer than my arm span. The motorized base, you can actually remove the top off of, and it can move out or in for different size tops. So you can actually install different FlexiSpot tabletops, or just any brand, I guess, on top of the FlexiSpot motorized desk mount. I think that the bamboo feels really nice. It doesn't seem to collect scratches very easily. I haven't been trying to scratch it, of course. It feels well built, and it feels like it's gonna last a while. I did set a drink on here, not thinking about the condensation. There feels like there's some sort of layer to prevent it from absorbing water like traditional wood. In terms of price, the smallest size desk at 48 by 24 inches is $359. And it says that this 78 by 30 inch bamboo top desk on Amazon right now is $599 if you're an Amazon Prime member, or $699 if you're not. So it can range pretty wildly depending on what size desk. This is obviously pretty extreme and more than most people need for their home office, but you can get a more moderately sized desk for a more moderate price. The standing base, I believe, is the same between all of the FlexiSpot models. Maybe the E6 is different than the E7, which is like the more premium offering. I don't know about that, but I know in the E6 lineup, whatever size top you get, the standing base is the same. So you could start off with a small desktop and get the base, and then maybe later on invest in a larger top without having to buy a whole new desk. That is a consideration if you're on a budget, or if you have a smaller space now and you will eventually get a bigger space. that is something that you could work with. I also like, I don't know if you can see in this wide shot, I'll get a close-up of the wheels on this. It does have wheels that come with it. You have the option to put on, and I like it that I'm easily able to move this desk out whenever I was installing my monitor. Instead of trying to awkwardly look around the back or turn it around to get the HDMI and the power cord plugged in, I just moved the desk out and went on underneath on the other side because it goes up so high. I don't need to crouch down very far, and I was able to just work on that side of the desk to get all the wires and everything plugged in, and that made it a lot easier. So in terms of things I think could be improved about the desk, I definitely think it would be great if they can include some sort of cover to mask the cords underneath where the base meets the top of the desk. I also noticed when I was assembling it, and I'm not sure if this is because I got one of the bigger models, but there was no drill holes in the middle of the table to attach the base to the top. There was only on the sides where the legs directly attached, so I had to drill my own holes, and I was afraid about putting the drill bit all the way through the desk. That was something I wish that was included. It was drill holes customized to this size of desk. Besides those couple minor things, overall I think it's a really high quality desk, and the end result feels very premium to me. So if you're in the market for a motorized standing desk, if you work from home and you want to finally upgrade and stop feeling so cramped in your workspace, I would highly recommend this, especially if it's in your budget. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and a comment down below. If you want to pick up the desk yourself, I have a link in the description. I hope to see you in the next video, guys. Peace.